Okay, so the Eagles lose another Super Bowl champion, this time to an NFC team. Meanwhile, Devonta Smith reveals how important Big Play Slay was to his career. But that's not all. He also talks about his relationship with Jalen Hurts, plus what NFL fans don't realize about the Eagles, and even drops a funny gem about Saquon Barkley. Short video today, but let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with the Philadelphia Eagles, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So we got semi-breaking news. According to Jeff McClain, cornerback Avonte Maddox signed a one-year contract with the Detroit Lions per his agent. Maddox leaves the Eagles after 7 seasons. Now, I know the first thing that comes to a lot of Eagle fans' head when we're speaking of Avonte Maddox is the later part of his career where he got beat a lot. However, through the course of Cooper DeJean's rookie season, he didn't just say once, but multiple times, he let us know how crucial Avonte Maddox was in his development. And although Quinyon Mitchell was playing outside for the season, Avonte Maddox taught him a lot about playing in the slot since he was there all training camp. Again, this number might sound crazy because of all the injuries that Avonte Maddox suffered, but in his 7th season, he played 92 games. Once upon a time, was one of the best slot corners in the game. The knowledge he gave Quinyon and especially Cooper DeJean in the slot, who I think was the best cornerback in the slot this year. And although it's a different position, was graded higher than a lot of the best cornerbacks on the outside. Yeah, of course, a lot of that goes to Cooper DeJean for being a dog. But time and time again, Avonte Maddox's name came up in the development of Cooper DeJean. And don't forget the PBU on 4th down, Mahomes going to D-Hop, not on Avonte Maddox watch, which ultimately led to the Eagles eventually killing clock. Nope, throw the dagger, which Jalen Hurts dropped a dime to Devonta Smith. With that being said, if you look at the 2018 draft class, the Eagles had no first-round pick. In the 2nd round, they take Dallas Goedert. 4th round, Avonte Maddox. 2nd, 4th round, Josh Sweat. 6th round, Matt Pryor. And 7th round, Jordan Mailata. All that's left is Dallas Goedert and Jordan Mailata. And as we already know, throughout this offseason, the Eagles been low-key shopping Dallas Goedert, looking for a 4th-round pick. Another thing we know is Avonte Maddox is Dallas Goedert's best friend. They actually lived together for a minute. Now, I'm not saying that's going to mean Dallas Goedert's traded. Again, it's all up to what the Eagles can get and their decision with the tight ends they sign and the upcoming draft. I understand we're going to have to move on soon, but if it was up to me, I would keep Dallas Goedert for this one last year or try to extend him. I know the injury history is there, but I just don't see trading him or releasing him and eating like 10 million dead cap. Regardless, when the decision is made, I know it's going to be the best one for the team because I believe in Howie Roseman. So I just want to say thank you to Avonte Maddox for the 7 seasons. You were a part of this Eagles Super Bowl run. I will root for you in Detroit unless we play y'all, and then it's all love. But we going to have to attack you, especially with the cornerback skills you've been showing of late. Moving on to another cornerback that left us, not only did he help the defensive side, but he also helped the offensive side. Listen to what Devonta Smith said about Big Play Slay.
That's my OG.
Yeah.
Like when I first came into the league, going against Slay every day, it was rough. Slay told me every route I was finna run, how he knew I was finna run it, why, what I was doing that was like giving it away. So like he the one that really like showed me like you have to be on everything. It's little stuff that you do that you don't know that you're doing that's telling every route you're finna run. Like it came to the point I was running routes and like I was at the top of my route and Slay was calling the route out, oh, stop route, slant. And they was just like, what am I doing to let him know this? And like he walked me through it. And I think that's why I'm so like mentally, I feel like I'm so advanced in the game, like from a film study to, how a DB is finna press, like what he's comfortable with, what he's not comfortable with, is probably because of Slay.
Again, Slay has helped this team defensively on the field, defensively with the rookies, and now we finding out just how instrumental he was in Devonta Smith's development. If you didn't catch Devonta Smith on Carmelo Anthony's show 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Go check it out. But I got to show you my favorite parts. Listen to Devonta Smith speak about Jalen Hurts, the player, the person, everything.
Talk to me about you and Jalen's relationship.
So it was 2 reasons I went to Alabama. Jalen was one reason, and Coach Burns was the other reason. Every time I went up there, I was with Jalen. I knew Jalen, I knew Shy. It was the only 2 people I knew. So just being there, I was comfortable with him knowing that, okay, if I do go, he's going to be the quarterback. He's somebody I can relate to, somebody I have a relationship with. So I was like, okay, I'm cool there. And then it was just like, it's football. We 2 guys had the same mindset. Like, we here to dominate. We here to play football. We ain't with all the extra stuff. And I think that's why the relationship was so good, and the conversations that we have, whether it's uncomfortable conversations or not, like, don't nobody get in their feelings because we have that relationship. And I think when I got drafted to Philly, man, I was happy as hell. Like, I got my dog here, you know. I know he was vouching for me, and it was just like, we about to pick up where we left off. It made me more comfortable being with him, someone that, I had that relationship with. I kind of had a connection to, and just knowing that if I don't got nothing else in this city, I know I got him. And like, that's just made it so much easier for me.
Winning it all this year, what was the conversation that y'all were having with each other on that sideline?
Last year, I think we lost like the last 7 games. I went to his crib, we chilling, shooting pool, just talking about the season and how, how everything went down. And then that moment clicked for me, like when we was up big, and it was just like, we was talking about, man, next year gonna be our year. We're gonna be back there. We're gonna be back at the crib for you. And at that time, it was like, it was so emotional for me, because it was like, bro, we really like spoke this up. And like, now we hear all the work that we went through this whole offseason, and everybody talking about, we ain't gonna do this, we ain't gonna do that. I feel like we're 2 guys that, we've been proving people wrong our whole lives, and just continue doing it, do it at the biggest stage.
All of the Jalen Hurts talk, especially knowing him as long as you've had, about him being a quote unquote elite quarterback.
Slay said, the big 4. For me, it's the big 5. And, Jalen is in that 5. 4 that he named, and then I'm putting Jalen in there. To me, that's the big 5. I don't think it's a big 4. I think it's a big 5, honestly.
Again, nobody's saying you can't like any other quarterback's game, but to not put Jalen Hurts in the elite category is crazy to me after all he's been able to do. But to hear Smitty's relationship with Jalen Hurts on the field, off the field, even before he got to the NFL, was so refreshing. Again, this is what it takes to be a leader, not just a quarterback, a leader for a football team. As for anybody who's going to talk about the passing numbers, even Devonta Smith knows he's a great receiver. But when you got Saquon Barkley, just run the ball, whether your quarterback can throw or your wide receiver can catch. Listen how he explains it.
I don't think people understand the difference between when you can't do something and you don't have to do something. Like, it was no need for us to throw the ball. We could just hand the ball off and he going to rush for 200, 250. Like, It was that simple. But when we needed to pass, we already knew. When it comes to time for us to pass, it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Because throughout the week, we did more passing stuff than running stuff throughout the week.
I figured y'all would. Everybody was like, stop Saquon. You know what I mean?
And it was just like, bro, we know, like, when that game come, like, we played Pittsburgh, we knew, like, they finna sell out in this run. This finna be our game. We gonna eat. Went out there and did. We knew when the time come, we ain't worrying about this. It's gonna be light work when the time comes. We just wait for the opportunity. Now, when it's gonna come, we don't know. Every week, we like, this is gonna be the week, and it's not. But,
kids,
eventually it's gonna come.
That's why you listen to gospel and read books. Reading is fundamental. You know?
This is what we've been saying as Eagle fans. And again, you got to be happy with this offense. Smitty over 1,000, AJ over 1,000, Saquon Barkley over 2,000, and we're winning Super Bowls. Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But don't mistake what we're not doing with what we can't do. Best believe it. As for how big of a fan Devonta Smith is of Saquon Barkley, you got to hear it. Plus, he reveals a little secret.
He be over to growling. So when he growling,
he growls?
Like, like he in that mode. When he go to growling, whole different animal, man. And when he went to growling, he ran the dude over. It was just like, okay. He was just out there talking like, keep giving it to me. Keep giving the ball. Keep giving the ball. Like, yeah, this is going to be one of them ones. So then when he was like, he didn't want to get the record. I'm like, you did all that huffing and puffing to get here. Now you don't want to get the record.
It was classy. You know what I mean?
Very classy.
To me, Saquon the best it is, man.
Yeah.
The stuff I done seen him do during like training camp, I was watching him and I was like, okay, he cold. Like, he got it.
Yeah.
But then when you watch him in the game, this mother is different, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this. As a receiver blocking, like, once I put hands on, I'm looking back to see where he at, trying to make sure, he got the lane and stuff. And like, sometimes I just see him, like, the way he jump cut, and then when he hit the hole, it's like he hit a whole different gear, and you're not catching him. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
Like, the ability to just be able to jump cut in tight spaces, and then when you want to get full speed, you're there now. It's no build up. It's like right now you're at full speed.
You got a front row seat to what I thought was the play of the year this year, when Saquon went up there and did a backwards hurdle So talk to me about watching that.
So me and AJ, we always talk about like how different he is. Like
Yeah.
we out in the field, he do something like, man, he different. So, you know, at this point, we like, all right, we done seen everything. We understand like he different. So when he jumped over the dude, I go looking for AJ. I'm looking at him like, bro, there's no way he just jumped over somebody backwards, bro. Like, I done seen you do everything already. I would have never thought you'd have jumped over somebody backwards. And it was just like, bro, I can't believe it. Like,
No,
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Never in my life have I seen anybody do that in a football game.
What more can you say about Saquon Barkley? 2K say, I can't wait to see year 2 in 2025. With all that being said, go check out 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Devonta Smith had a lot more to say, just can't play it all. Some of my favorite parts. Also, tomorrow, we will be breaking down the 4 top 30 visits revealed. All of them are offensive linemen, either guard or tackle. Now, again, there's still 26 more visits going to be scheduled from now until the draft. But how do you feel that the first 4 are offensive linemen? Would you be okay with it? Round 1 and 2. We're going to break down each one, my thoughts, their strengths and weaknesses, either tomorrow or Sunday. Do your boy a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the videos. I go by Philly Mike, a short one today, very busy with family, but y'all my family too. Much love and respect, muscle up, we out.